Alright, update on JASMY. So we've been skyrocketing since our last video. If you didn't watch yesterday's video, if we come over to the daily, we were literally down here. We came back down and back tested the 179 region, and I let you know for a plethora of reasons, and I'll get into a few of them in this video, why I was jumping in a trade for JASMY, as I believe that this was the bottom. And as you can see, today we're up 16%. I mean, I cover a ton of altcoins on my channel. If you look on the right hand side of my screen, you can see how many altcoins I cover, and nothing is doing as well as JASMY right now. JASMY is leading the market. Well, it's not leading the market. JASMY is following Bitcoin's move, but JASMY is making, waves that aren't being seen in a lot of cryptos that I cover. So let's talk about what's happened today. Now, we're having an increase in volume since yesterday. That is a good sign. Also on the daily, you can see the squeeze momentum indicator is starting to push back up in favor of the bulls, and I wanted to show you. I did this for a few different cryptos today, because we are seeing momentum shifts in a lot of the markets. Now, let me just start with here. Let's show what happened on the squeeze mom the last time the bulls took control of the uptrend, or better yet, let's show from where the bears lost control of the downtrend. So bears lost control of this recent downtrend when we're turning into dark red on the daily squeeze mom. Notice that is what we are doing now, and I'm going to get into what's happening today after I show you the effects of the squeeze mom. Now, like I said, bears started losing momentum around this region around here, basically the bottom. We started tapering up in favor of the bulls, and when the bulls took over, we went all the way from 1 cent up to 5 cents. So a huge momentum shift. As you can see over here, we started turning dark green as we topped out approximately at the 4 cent region. I didn't call the exact top on the squeeze mom. It's not really meant to. It's meant to call momentum shifts. So the momentum started shifting down, and this time, and as you can see, the daily squeeze mom fired. This was at 4 cent, and the bearish momentum from the dark green candles carried on into a bear trend, and you can see momentum carried us from all the way at 4 cent all the way back down to 1.7 cent again. So what's happening now? Why does this matter? Well, once again, we are seeing these dark red candles coming in, which means that on the higher time frames, bears are losing control of this uptrend. And what happened the last time we saw this? We were all the way down here. We were just finding a bottom. And by the time we switched over to green, we had pumped a decent amount, but we had much more room to go to the upside. So what do I think is going to happen in the short term? Now, in the short term, I still think we need to take out this 2.618 fib. Also, let's see if we actually have any more Fibonacci's in our way. So 786 is here. No, we're above everything now. So I mean, the only next major fib level is your 618 golden pocket Fibonacci up here at 2.5 cent. That is a very key area to get above for the macro term. But what do we need to get above in the short term? I think we need to get above the 2.618 fib. This is done from drawing the most recent, well, not the most recent, but we had this dump down here, we had an impulse, and we carried the way all the way down here. We even broke below the 4.236. So I mean, this really got wiped out. I would still like to see a move back above 2.618, which is at 2.2 cent. After we take out 2.2 cent, let me... we've got a local high up here. Once again, this is very important. This is the most important region that we need to get above, in my opinion. So 2.28. Let's round it up to 2.3 cent. Once JASMY takes out 2.3 cent, then I do believe, obviously in the lower time frames, bulls have fully taken control over the swing. But in the higher time frames, once we get above this previous local high, then I think we'd really be gearing for that bullish impulse up to the upside, and we're already seeing that right now. I would like to just show you that this is normal for JASMY when we are in uptrends. I mean, the last parabolic engulfing candle we put in for JASMY, it was a 90% rally. So I mean, if we do something like that again and we go up like 90% in a day, I'll probably be taking profits. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I say this in all my videos for JASMY, like, this is really a short-term trade for me. Whether you want to hold this for the long term, it doesn't necessarily matter. Everyone's got a different trading plan, but for me, this is a short-term altcoin trade that I do plan on making in Bitcoin and taking my profits in Bitcoin. So I'm looking to gain more Bitcoin when I'm trading JASMY. I'm not looking to gain more JASMY or gain more US dollars every time I trade. So in this move, I mean, we're looking good. There's not a bunch to say. I don't want to overcomplicate the analysis. I think I've covered it. We're having a bullish engulfing candle on the 4-hour, on the daily. Once again, bullish engulfing candle. Bears are losing all momentum. We haven't had a 4-hourly EMA flip, but the 1-hourly EMA flip has turned bullish. I really don't want to put too much emphasis on this because we have faked out on the 1-hour. Wow, we've actually faked out on the 1-hour once, twice, 3, 4, 5 times. The past 6 times we've turned bullish on the hourly EMAs. It's actually been a fake out. This is the 6th time. It does look a little bit different. We are carrying a little bit of extra momentum to the upside with us. But nonetheless, 4-hour needs to flip. I don't want to get exceptionally bullish until the 4-hour flips. But anyway, like, when I say exceptionally bullish, I mean I don't expect it to have a face tear until we get above these levels. Like, it's not going to come out of nowhere. I am obviously in my trade for JASMY. I told you that yesterday. We did a really good swing trade on this because we came down to 1.7. I made a trade on JASMY and I told you, I was like, if we have a move up to the 786, I believe it was 1.9, or was it the move back up to, yeah, it must have been 1.9. I think we were down here, yeah, it was. We were down here at 1.7. I said I was buying JASMY and I was going to be taking profits if we came and got rejected from this 786 fib up here at 2 cent basically. We did exactly that and we came back down, made a higher low and started Wing out. And then I made an update yesterday saying I'm entering another trade on JASMY, and you know, since then we have just been in a huge rally, up 22% from when we made that video. So we're looking really good on JASMY. I'm loving this setup. I'd like to see more volume coming in, but we are seeing an increase in volume. There's not any major fibs that we really need to take out. I kind of just want to see continuation because the squeeze mom is heading back in favor of the bulls, and like I said, the last time we had these momentum shifts, they carry a lot of weight in JASMY. I mean, from the momentum shift from the bears down here, when it was turning dark red, to when it turned green with the bulls, we went up 3.6x. So that is a crazy move. I'm loving what we're seeing with this bottom at the 786 right now. I love how we've impulsed above the top of the 786. And yeah, there's really not much else to worry about for JASMY. We've got these 2 orange lines like I previously highlighted, a break above 2.3 cent. And then I think we can look at much higher price targets. Specifically 2.5 cent is your 618 fib, the 0.5 Fibonacci is coming in at 3 cent. But the target which I'm targeting, because you might be wondering, where am I taking profit on this long? Well, I'm taking profit when we come up to the 5 cent region. And I will evaluate the market when we get to there. If we strongly blast through 5 cent, come back test it and keep on heading up, then I'll only probably sell like half of my JASMY. But if we come up to the 5 cent, have a strong rejection, then I'll probably just sell my JASMY on 174% gain. You know, boohoo, 174% gain. So that would be very nice to see. That's personally what I'm looking for. I'm looking for a retest of the 5 cent. Now we've tested the 786 and started to move up. There's nothing to talk about. Everything looks good. The momentum is in the favor of the bulls again. And like I said, just look at what happens when we have these momentum shifts from bearish to peak bullish. I mean, we have huge swings. I mean, from down here, 1 cent to 5 cent, bearish swing from 5 cent back down to 1.7 cent. I think the next swing up is going to be very parabolic. I don't think this 17% pump that you've seen today on JASMY is over. I think we're going to see continuation over the next couple of days, and that's really what I'm looking for. I'm not looking to take profit anywhere down here, so I don't feel like I don't feel too much need about talking about all these fibs. But yeah, that's basically all I see for JASMY. Macro term, still in a downtrend, but we are still starting to look good in the lower time frames. Bulls are taking over. We're seeing not an increase in volume, but we're seeing an increase in bullish momentum, and I hope the volume will soon ensue. That is all I've got for you today on JASMY. Once again, none of this is financial advice. It is just my opinion on the market, and you've always got to do what's best for you. Cowboy out. Peace.